So we can see in a crosscut that we have a 3 double layer sponge and banana crème. All of this is inside of the milk chocolate and passion fruit mousse. That's actually very delicious. It's a perfect ratio with a passion fruit sourness, milk chocolate sweetness, and intensity of the banana. Now let's make a banana sponge. I've prepared ingredients over here. Basically, we will need sugar and egg whites for the meringue. All of my dry ingredients over here, and it's just the flour, almond meal, pinch of salt, icing sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon. It will just help to give us more flavor from banana, and obviously banana itself. If you can find them in a puree, that would be perfect. If you just have a fresh bananas like I have, very important tip in this, don't use a blender because banana is very similar to the potato, so it has starches. And if you blitz it with a blender, you will get very lumpy, gluey texture. We don't need it. It would be difficult to mix in with the meringue. So just with a fork, I'll just sift my ingredients now. A little bit of sugar. And let's start whipping on a smaller speed, then we will increase it. I prefer to transfer from the mixing bowl to proper bowl wider. It's easy to mix other ingredients. Let's mix in our mashed bananas into meringue. I do have like a small chunks of bananas in the sponge. I think it's even more interesting texture. And let's mix in our dry ingredients. You can spread this on a silicone mat with a 1 centimeter thickness. I'm going to show you another way. So basically, to have less offcuts, I'm just going to pipe straight into the disc that I'm using for my inserts. And another way how you can bake your sponge is just using very simple silicone molds that I just found, I think, on Amazon. For me, it's easy because I don't need even pipe here. I can put amount that I need and just shake it, and it will be quite flat. It's just faster way. Let's start with the ring first. I will use a piping bag with a nozzle 10 millimeters. And I'm going to bake this for 160 24th for maybe 15 minutes. So sponges are baked. We are looking basically for this golden color on top. We will need to peel it off from the silicone mat. They are removing quite easily. Because I'm going to use this as a second or as a double layer, I would like to have this be removed from the rim. So I'll just run the knife on the sides. So it's now removable, but I'm going to leave it inside because I'm just going to put the next level on top. So it just saves us time for the preparation of double layer. Now let's make a banana crème. This is a very creamy banana insert. We will need bananas and some sugar. I'm going to caramelize it to have it even more distinct flavor from bananas. And for the crème anglaise, I will need the cream with the vanilla. I will need the egg yolks and some sugar for my egg yolks. So I will start with actually cream and vanilla bean. I've scraped here half of the vanilla bean, and I'm going just to heat it up, leave it to infuse. Meanwhile, I will prepare my bananas. So I will need my sugar. You can drizzle straight away on the frying pan. Just bring cream and vanilla bean to simmer. We don't need to boil that. And let's continue with the bananas. Our banana and sugar caramelized. So I'm just going to leave it aside and continue with the crème anglaise. I will need to mix egg yolks with the sugar. My cream is simmering, so I'm going to add to the egg yolks. And then pour it back. I'm going to bring this to the 82 degrees temperature. Make sure that you have your gelatin bloomed, because after bringing it to 82, we're going to add gelatin straight away and then mix it with the banana. Because I have vanilla bean, I'm going to strain it. And I'm going to mix in my bananas. And now we're going just to blitz it to make the texture perfect. So our creamy mixture is ready, and we can pour it straight away on our pre-baked sponge. And after pouring the second layer, we're going to freeze it completely. Before continue with the assembling of our mousse cake, let's make sure that our layers are unmolded. So we have our frozen rings, and we're going just to press it. They come out quite nicely. And make sure that you have your top that you're going to assemble your mousse, and back in the freezer. Now I'm going to make a passion fruit and milk chocolate mousse. I will just show you setup and guide you through the steps. First, I'm going to whip the whipped cream and put it in the fridge. I need it just a semi-whipped. It's easy to fold later, so that's a step one. Second step, I'm going to remove seeds from my passion fruit pulp. I just need a sieve and a bowl, and we can use seeds later, but we will need mainly juice. Step number three, I'm going to heat up my cream with a little bit of sugar, and I need the sugar just to compensate that I'm adding gelatin and butter. That's why the amount is just a small amount. And I will pour here my passion fruit juice. After this is heated up, I will add my gelatin that's already bloomed, and I will pour this on top of my chocolate. I then will emulsify it, cool down to 40 degrees, add my butter, and then when it's cooled down to approximately 30 degrees, I will mix in my whipped cream. Start to whip on a lower speed and then increase it. In this case, you will get more stable cream, more smaller bubbles will be formed, and the ability to hold the air would be much better. So that's kind of consistency that I need. You can Reserve the seeds and use later for the decoration. Continue with the cream. Add sugar straight away. And then you can add passion fruit pulp. And just gently heat it up to 80 degrees. Add gelatin. And then we are going to pour it over the chocolate. Now we're going to blitz it with a stick blender. I can feel the temperature is approximately 40 degrees already, but let's check. It's nearly perfect, so we're going to add butter. I'm going to transfer chocolate into a larger bowl. It would be easier to mix in whipped cream. And let's start with 1/3 of the cream. We just need to mix it that we don't have a visible cream stripes. The ganache-based mousse is usually thicker, so you can use a piping bag. You can use offset spatula just to fill the gaps. And it's done. Now you can just leave it maybe for 10 minutes to stabilize, because we have our insert that is frozen, so it will cool it down quite fast, and then you can just put it in the freezer. Now I'm going to decorate my banana, passion fruit, and milk chocolate mousse cake. I have some mirror glaze that I used before. It's a non-colored mirror glaze, so I'm going to add a little bit of copper and orange coloring to make it resemble of banana and passion fruit color. To me, this color resembling very much of passion fruit. Cool down to about 30 degrees, 28 maybe, depending on how fluid is your mirror glaze, and then pour on top of your mousse cake. The unmolding process of the mousse cake from the yogurt tub. I think even if you just put it upside down and leave it for a while, that will come out nicely. I just want to speed up the process. That's why I'm using my palms just to heat it up on the sides. You can also submerge in warmer water. Obviously, when we were unmolding, the outer part became a little bit melted. So there are two options now. Uh, Me personally, I do like this uneven surface, so basically I would put this back in the freezer and just let it freeze in this shape with these marks after removing the mold. Or you can use the palette knife, just warm it up, or use the hot water and just flatten the surface. If it's melted a little bit more than you were expecting, you just need to put it back in the freezer and then pour the glaze on top. The cake was defrosted overnight in the fridge and it's ready to be cut. I have some ideas with the decoration, so I just decided to spend a little bit time and decorate with the passion fruit seeds. I do like this glaze. Moreover, I do like this kind of cake that I'm getting from the yogurt tub. because of the how we unmold and we are heating up like sides and remove cake from the top, we are getting this uneven like a structure, and it gives more perspective or volume. It's different to the silicone mold where you can get super slick sides and design. As an idea, you can also use, for example, banana crisps to decorate some like sides of the cake, which will also represent the flavoring inside. Well, let's say that it's enough.